Or you can also tune in to TuneIn Radio. That's a wonderful radio app. And listen to Nooga Radio anytime, anywhere. We are also live streaming on YouTube. And just now, I am connecting us to Facebook. So you can follow us on Facebook as well on my Facebook page. I've got it on my personal page, Cindy Cole Deering. You need to friend me, and you can follow us on there as well. Nooga Radio. I am Cindy of Cindy's Choice. And Cindy's Choice is to make a positive impact in our community. I do that through cultivating community collaboration. Folks, we can do so much more together. I do it by gathering businesses that complement each other and have the same target market. We provide them shared marketing management, allowing amazing cost savings with much added value. And part of that added value is being able to contribute more to our community together. And I do community collaboration for my business, but it is my passion to create community collaboration in many aspects. And one of those that we're going to talk about today, collaboration in the homeless specter. And I've got a great guest to talk to me, or talk with me about that today. And I'd love to welcome Miss Mary Ellen Galloway. She is with Family Promise of Greater Chattanooga. Hi, Mary Ellen. Oh, good morning, and thank you so much for being here. Oh, wonderful. And Mary Ellen's going to be able to help me with a shout out to our sponsors, because I get the wonderful blessing of dropping by the Family Promise of Greater Chattanooga and Chick on occasion. It's How did the egg salad go over? I dropped egg salad over. Yes, yes. Wonderful. Well, it's a blessing to me to get to share that, and that's why Chicken Salad Chick is Cindy's Choice. It's not just a great product and a great service, but Josh Patton, the owner of Chicken Salad Chick, is a major contributor to the community. He truly cares and tries to give back how he can, and we're just so proud of him because he's got the Gun Barrel location, the downtown location, and now he's opened his third location at Erlanger Hospital. And you can check them out at chickensaladchickchattanooga.com. chickensaladchickchattanooga.com. Again, downtown, East Brainerd, and an Erlanger location. And another one of our wonderful sponsors is Nova Advisors. Nova Advisors is a contingency-based business service. They can bring a variety of strategies to reclaim operational costs with no upfront fees. In some cases, there's a small software fee, but there's no upfront fees. You don't pay them until they find money for you, and it's without requiring you to change vendors or make major operational changes or anything like that. So we have two great sponsors, and we appreciate them so much to allow this platform to talk about great topics like we have today. And I'm talking about a great topic of homelessness. And to be honest, the reason I want to talk about that on the radio is when I talk about it, Mary Ellen, it makes a lot of people real uncomfortable. And I understand that. They shouldn't feel guilty about that making them feel uncomfortable. There's a lot of lack of awareness about really what is going on in that element. And who better to learn more about that than the people that are feet on the ground helping the homeless. And so tell us a little bit, what's your primary focus there at Family Promise?
Wherewithal and how to win an election. Something Michael Moore never forgets to do is give credit to Trump for understanding the American people. Gives credit to President Trump.
Of course, ultimately, permanent housing. We want them to return to self-sufficiency, and that's what we do every day. Is to try to help these families return to stability and to wholeness.
Oh, that's wonderful. And again, and this is, I've mentioned it on my show. I've referred to my homeless experience, and that's a lot why, there's a purpose in everything. And I had that understanding. I sure didn't go homeless on purpose. And we were talking about that before the show, but there
Right.
sure was great purpose in it. And I don't have time to share a whole lot about that, but I am working on developing another platform on our sister Christian radio station, 101.1 FM, where we will get a weekly focus on homeless issues and the picture of homelessness so that we can kind of change that perspective for a lot of people. And myself having that personal experience, I helped the homeless, Mary Ellen. I served in ministries and homeless shelters and so forth like that in inner city Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And I thought I had a pretty good understanding. My heart was right. Experienced it firsthand. I get a lot better perspective and a lot better understanding of how to help.
Right.
And now I'm trying to create a platform to get connected with more people like you so I can learn my fit in this collaboration that's already created in Chattanooga between the different homeless services. So I can find my fit to help. And it starts with, it just really is hard to talk about. So people
Right.
can listen on the radio and not get uncomfortable
Well-
and listen and understand more without, because quite frankly, you can't be a good helper until you understand.
Right. You've mentioned to me about how you sense that people are feeling uncomfortable when you start to talk about your story regarding homelessness. I think one of the things that I hope you understand is that you are helping homeless individuals and families in the community by telling your story. And I think the uncomfortableness that people may feel when you talk, look at you and they say, wow, Cindy doesn't look a thing like homeless people look. Well, the irony of the whole thing is homeless individuals and families look just like us. They look like our families. They look like the people that sit next to us in church, that are down at the grocery store. I mean, they're just people, and they have a story, and they've had some problems in their life. And I think the thing that's disarming about you, Cindy, is that you look just like them. And that can be a little bit scary from the standpoint of, wow, if Cindy can become homeless.
You know what? And that just really hit me in my heart because that's it. And me, I just kind of change the subject really quick because I don't like making people uncomfortable. But I'm learning.
Sometimes that's a good thing. If we can get out of our comfort zone,
Yes,
I think we might be able to actually do something to help people about it. And we got to be willing to hear some things that may challenge our thinking.
and that's what I'm trying to do because it makes me uncomfortable to make them uncomfortable. But I realize I'm not going to be able to help people if I stay. I've got to be vulnerable. And, obviously I'm brave. I've faced,
Right.
it's like, again, I didn't choose it, but
No.
I faced it and now I'm turning that around. But the bravest thing I've ever done is to be vulnerable and tell the story. I don't want to lose credibility. I don't want people to get the wrong impression about me. I don't want them, here I am building a business. I don't want them to not have confidence in me, but I'm getting it. Help if I don't put it out there and understand that help people understand why I can help and the heart behind helping, the purpose behind my helping.
Right.
Another thing that we had mentioned was start like it's hard to talk about, and that's what I want to use this platform for. But defining homelessness is a key issue because just what you just explained, I don't look like someone. Yet I had been, even though I had a successful construction business in Houston, Texas for a spell because I have health issues. When that would plague me, then I would be on the fringe of homelessness again constantly.
Right.
I was on the fringe. I mean, I call myself homeless. I was couch surfing at times,
Right.
kind of living a gypsy lifestyle,
Sure.
but I wasn't really officially considered homeless until I was literally sleeping in my truck for 3 months in downtown Chattanooga.
Right.
So help me out with that. You see so many more homeless people than I've been exposed to.
Right.
And isn't that the bigger picture? Aren't there more people like me?
Yeah, I think I think everyone has a story, and you've shared a little bit of your story, and certainly physical illness can be something that, of course, people that are very sick, whether they're physically ill or have mental health issues that maybe aren't tended to, because they're not stable, either physically or their mental health. It's very hard for them to keep jobs. You know, they maybe can get to their job for a couple of weeks and then they start feeling bad or comes
Dependable.
on
It's
or
not, yeah, you can't be
right.
dependable consistently. And that's what my problem was. Very capable. I'm extremely productive. But
Right.
when I have the down cycles, I need to be independent in getting something going on my own. So I'm just kind of scored on my results and not being somewhere every day from 9 to 5.
That's the issue is, you know, it's a problem when it starts to interfere with things like your ability to stay employed, um, your ability to maintain healthy relationships. You know, that's really defines a problem. Is it's something that goes on for a long period of time and really starts to impact people's stability. And that can be a lot of different forms. You mentioned, well, we mentioned two forms, but people lose their jobs.
That's my
Nobody wakes up
experience.
in the morning and says, geez, it's a beautiful sunny day. I think I'll be homeless today. But things happen in people's lives. And it could be losing their job. Or maybe it could be that they are employed, but maybe where they're employed, their employer has reduced their hours. Well, at the end of the month, they don't have the same amount of money to pay their rent as they did, you know, when they were working a 40-hour work week.
Right.
Or families break up. You know, there's relationships that break up. These are all things that are sort of destabilizing. They interfere with the stability of an individual or a family. And to be frank, um, you know, many people are one or two paychecks away from being homeless themselves.
Yes.
So it's important not to get too let our egos get too blown up here. Like, hey, this could never happen to me, because hey, it happened to you, and you look like me, and I look like everybody else too. So it can happen to anybody.
Right. And something else that I want to bring attention to also is there are so many people out there eager to help, and like there's a lot of churches that feed the homeless and so forth like that independently. And that's what I'm trying to create this platform to make them realize, as we come together the way you were explaining, like the family coalition brings the much more
Homeless
we can
Coalition.
do. So
Mhm.
anyone that's listening to say, well, I really would like to help, but I don't know how to help. There's very small things you can do if we're all doing that together
Mhm.
that can really contribute to this, because this isn't just the problem of that homeless person. This is a community issue. This
It
is
is.
a major problem in our town, in our downtown area, where our economic development is a lot based on our tourism.
Correct.
And there we all know those cities. Like I know the cities I've gone to that I probably won't go back to, because I simply just don't want to so many homeless people.
Right.
And that sound, I'm like, gosh, I hope that didn't sound heartless. But no, that is, I help a lot, but panhandlers and that can create real issues for cities. And there is a crime element. And I don't like to focus on that, because that's what people think. Oh, people choose to be there. Oh, it's all drug addicts. Oh, it's all, criminals no, it's not. But that element, there is a small factor that is there, that is that part. And that's the ones that are
As
going.
there is in the general population.
Thank you. Exactly. But that if this area isn't, if this issue isn't handled citywide, though, as that the homeless population grows, that part of the population will grow as well.
Right.
And so it's not just an issue of these poor homeless people help. This is our community, and this is our community looking out for our community and the better good for all. That
Right.
people find their way. If I mean, we all find a different way to help. But the people that are led toward helping in this issue is making sure the way they're helping is truly productive. And
Right.
because, like I shared with you, I'm finding my way to help, but I'm going to interview and investigate a lot
Right.
before I really formally announce my platform and how I can help, because I want to fit with what everybody else is doing, so we can do so much more together.
Right. And I think it's the collaborative position that you're talking about that really does make a difference. And we find that at Family Promise, because we do have an overnight shelter program, which takes place in area congregations. There are about 37 different congregations, various faith traditions, that come together and provide meals and hospitality and overnight accommodations in their churches, in rooms like, I mean, this is overnight only, but in rooms like Bible study rooms or spiritual study rooms or nurseries, things like that. And we bring in the beds, and Memorial Hospital gives us linens every week to put on those beds for those families and children, so that they can sleep in those churches. In the morning, we have a van that comes and picks them up and brings them down to our Family Day Center, where they get additional transportation, or they get case management, or they want to maybe wash their clothes, or they have to take a shower, or the kids need to get on the computer to do homework, or what have you. We have a Family Day Center there. And we also have life skill classes. You know, we're talking about things that maybe people don't really know that much about, best parenting, or things like how to manage their money, or even things like nutrition, cooking, shopping on a budget, all these sort of things that some of us know, but not everyone. So we provide that, as well.
It sounds like you're providing anything and everything that you possibly can, because there are so many aspects to becoming homeless.
But again, collaboration with those two. We literally could not do that overnight shelter without those congregations. Yes. They provide that overnight shelter for us. Wonderful.
That's awesome. And I want to ask my listener to stay tuned. Mary Ellen, I'm going to bring Joe up for a moment, but I want you to come back and share, because you've got a great event coming up.
We do.
And Joe does as well, but I want to introduce him really quick and a little bit about what he does. Joe, come on over here and join us, and you're going to have to raise the mic. Don't drop the mic, just raise the mic. But hey, this is Joe Brackett. Joe's at Brackett. And hey, Joe, thanks for joining me again. He's been on with us before. Get your mic up a little bit higher. Okay, Joe's really tall. He's taller than me. Joe is with the Johnson Mental Health Center, and he's right around the corner. His office is right around the corner from Family Promise of Greater Chattanooga, and he is part of outreach at the Johnson Mental Health Center. So briefly, Joe, what is it what is your day? What do you go do?
Sure. So really my day looks like riding around in a beat up Chevy Astro van all throughout Hamilton County, looking for those that are experiencing homelessness, and specifically targeting those that have a serious mental illness.
Right. So, and I imagine if it's something where, yes, definitely where Johnson Mental Health Center can help them, a family. Is that part what you do is connect them with the Family Promise?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always making referrals to them and whenever we encounter families. Yeah.
And see, and that's where I think I'm going to be a big support to you and helping you. That's what I want to do, because my challenge when I was homeless, how to help me. I'm not sure why I wasn't directed, because I didn't have an addiction. It wasn't, I'm not, a criminal or anything like that. But people recognized mine was going to be very temporary, because I was a very capable person. But they really didn't direct me. I have a kind of a crazy story of how all mine evolved, and I'm not really ready to share yet. But so now you can see where I want to find those people like me that are out there. It's temporary. They're very capable. They just have some issues that they need help with. Right place.
Right.
So, and I've been telling you ever since I met you, when I see homeless people, I have to resist walking up to them and getting their story so I can start connecting them. I go, no, I'm not there yet. I need to make more connections before I can do that. Yeah. And I know I'm excited about an event that you guys have coming up. And briefly tell us about that event that you have coming up.
Sure. So it's now October 7th. We are going to be having a 5K and 10K road race on the campus of Moccasin Bend Mental Health Hospital, and we have a registration open already. Go to Chattanooga Track Club .org or .com to register there, and if you're one of the first 50 registrants, you get a special prize that will be posting about on our Facebook page here soon.
Oh, now say that again. If you're one of the
first 50 registrants for the race, you are eligible to receive a prize on the day of the race.
Okay. And you're working in collaboration with the track club, right? Like you said. And do you have other sponsors involved with this?
Cadis has sponsored us as well to kind of cover some upfront costs to the race. And so they've given us a sponsorship for that. And we're very appreciative of that. And the Chattanooga Track Club will actually be giving a $200 donation to the program that I run, the PATH program, for being the charity beneficiary for the race.
Well, I'm going to do my part in getting the word out here and being there on that day and participating. I'm not a runner, but I definitely want to come and support what you're doing. Like I said, I think that I really think you're going to be my go-to. I'm going to get out there still and explore more relationships, but that's what's on my heart.
Yeah.
Is I want to spot that person and, know where to send them. And I'm one of those people. There's so many people to help. It really is. I just have to tune into the spirit and know who I'm directed to help. But the more people I know to connect them with, then the more people that I can personally approach and help. So I'm really, and that's what I'm doing, folks, is I'm finding my way to contribute what fits with my purpose and my passion. And that's what we can all do. And if it's not related to homelessness, it's related to something that's helpful. Just get caught up in our daily routine and our daily lives. And it's just hard to focus on other people's issues when we're dealing with our own. But for me, it makes my issues a whole lot more easier to deal with when I'm out focusing on people that have it rougher than me.
Oh, yeah.
I was finding other homeless people to help. And that's a lot how I was able to keep the right perspective and, and be able to what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say able to deal with that experience. And as you can tell, I'm trying to get brave enough to talk about that more. We've got about a minute left. I'm going to bring Mary Ellen back for the second half of the show, and Joe's going to hang around too. And we just love to share more about this platform. I don't usually promote for call-ins, but I'm going to start doing that because I'm sure people out there have some great feedback. If you ever want to call into the show, the number is 423-800. That's 800-8949. So whenever you're listening and there's something that you want to have input about, just call us. We'll answer it. We'll answer on air, and we'd love to get your feedback about any of the topics I'm ever talking about on Cindy's Choice. This is Cindy's Choice. I don't really have a consistent format. I really am about community collaboration and helping, and I'm finding so many ways to do that. What you're going to get when you tune in to Cindy's Choice. But I can tell you what you're going to get in about 3 minutes. You're going to get Mary Ellen back talking about a great event they have been coming up, and Joe Brackett's going to hang with us as well.